Hi guys, we are live on Instagram right now. Um, my name is Nupur, and today I'm going to be talking with Megha Gupta. But in just a few minutes, we're going to have her live, and I can see a few people joining in. Hi, everybody. Ooh, there's a little wave button there. So I've sent you guys some waves. Snehal, did you get my wave? I sent you like a Instagram wala wave and a real wala wave also. Okay, it's weird and it's nice both to be live on Insta. Um, okay, good to see you all. I am having my coffee right now before it's too late. What about all of you? Have you all had your chai and coffee and snacks and whatever it is that you want to have? I'm so fascinated with this wave wala button. So I am sending waves to everyone. Okay, Megha's just coming on in a second. All right. Just waiting for Instagram to do its thing. And well, I seem to have pressed the button, but I guess it'll just take a second. Okay, I've sent you all a lot of waves, so I expect a lot of comments um, and tell me what you're doing and where you're watching from. आप कौन से city से join कर रहे हो? Hi Megha.
Hi Nupur. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's
So
so
good.
it's so good to see you again.
Thank you. Same here. How are things? How's Monday looking? It feels more like Sunday.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing, because it just got that, I don't know what it is, but it's got that Sunday vibe, and but it's good. Not complaining.
Absolutely. I think we should allow ourselves to enjoy this downtime before the new year takes over. It's a big transition from one year to the other. So might as well just embrace it.
Exactly. I love it. Love it. I can see a lot of people coming
Mhm.
in. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome, to our session. And we're going to be chatting today with Megha. And of course, you guys know Megha, and you know that she lives with type 1 diabetes, which is kind of a little bit about what we're going to talk today. And we're also going to talk about the Blue Circle calendar, and we're going to see Megha in the pages of that calendar, and we're going to ask her questions that you have, that we have. So put your questions in the comments, and we'll try and keep up and catch up. But I'm going to sort of hand over to Megha once she's done gulping her coffee, and then take a moment to speak on mine, to tell our audience and to tell our friends, about her diagnosis and about a little bit about her like type 1 story.
Okay, so would you like me to speak about how I got
Yeah,
diagnosed?
yeah, that would be really nice.
Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you so much for being here on a Monday, which is Sundaying. Thank you for taking time out. And I'm having some adrak chai to just soothe my throat. But where my journey started with diabetes was I was in Bombay. I live in Goa now, but 5 years ago, I was in Bombay and I had all the textbook symptoms of diabetes. And let me mention them so that, everybody is aware.
Yeah.
You basically go pee like 70 times in the night. You lose a lot of weight. You are constantly tired. You don't put on muscle. You're constantly thirsty. And these are all the typical textbook symptoms of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. And I was having all the symptoms and I did not know. I would go and pee in the night like 6, 7 times. I was very thin. I was not able to put on muscle. I was getting tired. But I was also going through something personal in the sense, with like dealing with the loss of a family member. So I just thought, okay, maybe it was something to do with that.
Yeah.
But at some point, I developed UTI,
Yeah.
which I haven't ever in my life. And I had to take mom to the doctor for some consultation, and that's when she said, "You speak with the doctor, and we'll find a solution to this."
Yeah.
And by then, I had the UTI for a month already. The doctor just looked at me and said, "You're diabetic."
Oh,
And my mom and I both laughed. Like, we looked at each other and just laughed. Like, nobody's in our family is diabetic. So we just assumed the doctor was, she did not know what she was saying. But she said, "Okay, you get your and I got a random blood test done, and I was sitting at like a 467.
oh shit.
Yeah, and so when I got diagnosed, my HbA1c was 16 point something, which is quite high if we understand the meaning of HbA1c.
Yeah.
So from there, that was about 6, 7 years ago, around this time, October, November, and since then, I have that's how my diagnosis went. We did a lot of tests. We found I was a type 1 tests, and at some point we decided not to take insulin. For 16 days I was hugging trees, I was eating a lot of fruit because someone told me do this to wake your pancreas up.
Yeah.
But at some point I my glucose reached 600 something, and
Yeah.
that's when I had to be hospitalized, and I was finally given insulin. So that's how I got diagnosed officially.
Got it. It's really amazing. I know your like a little bit of your story because we've spoken and like we've done this before as well. But I think it's so important to look back and share and remember these things because it just reminds us that we've come such a long way, right? And I also had the pleasure of meeting Megha in person, which was amazing. Um, recently. So that was इतने सालों का जो online connection
Yes.
था, we finally met. That was super cool.
Yes.
Um, I can see a lot of people joining and lots of Megha's fans. I'm just trying to see if I'm not missing anything. Somebody says, "What's the plan for New Year?" So Megha, what are you doing? I'm doing nothing, absolutely nothing. I'll probably sleep early.
That's the best plan. I mean, 2 years ago, I would go to sleep early, wake up in the morning, feeling like, wow, thank you, God, I'm not hungover. So
Exactly.
that has been my plan for so many years. But this year, last year, we went to Hilltop and like
Yeah.
Dream Beach, these places being in Goa. I've
Yeah.
actually been in Goa for about 5 years now, but I've not
Wow.
embraced the party side of it,
Yeah.
which I have been lately. So last year we went out, we were at Hilltop, and this year as well, we will either be at Hilltop or Dream Beach or one of these places where parties are happening. There's Rock Waters, there's some places. I don't know if people over here who are joining us know these places,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I will be here. That's my plan for New Year's. But yours is a very nice plan as well.
Yes, it's been
Yes.
a really hectic few weeks for me, so I'm just so happy that अभी थोड़ा सा
Yeah.
it's a little relaxed because everyone's in that sort of end of the year wala mode, and I'm just going to take faida of that and
Yeah.
sit at home, drink some wine, whatever, enjoy. But अच्छा, comments में I think some of the people are asking, are you in Goa?
Yeah.
And then they're asking
Nupur,
some.
someone's asking you when did you get diagnosed, and someone's also written she's living the life of hippies. I just want to acknowledge that and thank that. Like, yes, I am.
That is the life to live. I was
Yes.
diagnosed in childhood, and it's been 29 years for me right now with type 1 diabetes. And like when I see Megha's story, and I think that sometimes I wonder, like, would it have been better that I would have grown up and then got type 1, like some of my friends, like Megha and some other
Yeah.
people also have got it later in life, and then I feel like it's fine. I mean, whatever I got, I am okay with it. There are some pros and cons. I think because you spend a longer time with diabetes, maybe like for some of us the risk of some complications might go up, so that is the negative side. But I think on the positive side, maybe for me, I think this is the life I know. Short lena hai, you have to do what you have to do, and that's it. Like I know some of my friends have really struggled with accepting it because once you're grown up, like, did you also find this challenging, Megha, when you got diagnosed?
Yeah. And Nupur, I want to say this is so interesting that you bring this up for,
Yeah.
a lot of type 1, type 1s are over here. And I want to
Yeah.
say this. that somebody has been diagnosed at birth or some in the initial years, and somebody like me got diagnosed at 32.
Yeah.
And I often look at your life and I'm like, अगर शुरू से होता तो शायद better होता, because then I would not know what it is to live without
Correct.
this, and I would not then sulk about I missed my previous life.
Yeah.
So I play victim every once in a while, legit play victim, and I'm like, नहीं लेना insulin, नहीं देखना मेरा glucose, मुझे वो pizza खाना है, मुझे वो beer पीनी है, because I know what that life
Yeah.
was, right? Like I love it and I miss it here and there because I'm only human and I've loved more than half of my life I've lived that way.
Correct.
So it feels to me that it should have been better if I was diagnosed at birth, but you feel that it would have been better. So there are pros and cons to, like you said, both the
Correct.
situations. And the best way forward would be to just make peace with what has happened with us,
Yeah.
make friends with it, and just do our best to manage it well now.
Exactly. And in the comment section, our friends can also tell us what all of you are doing for New Year's. हम लोगों ने तो बता दिया, but maybe it's time for you guys to tell us as well. Somebody is asking Mixtard क्यों नहीं use करना चाहिए, and I can quickly share. So Mixtard is basically an older style of insulin जिसमें short acting and long acting both are mixed in some pre-fixed ratio. So it's not good because, and it's not the standard of care. The most modern and ideal way of doing it is to use bolus insulin, which is short acting, and basal, which is long acting. Mix the two, use the two together. Speak to your doctor, all that. But mixed insulin is not what is recommended, and not it's not flexible. You might have to take less number of pricks. But I think anyone who's had insulin dependent diabetes, most of us don't really care about the pricks anymore, right? Like now we're at that point where it's fine. I mean, we're used to it. We want to live a healthy life, and what is a few more pricks? Um, but Megha, have you had any sort of experience using Mixard? I've never used it.
No, yeah, I have not used it. And with the personal mission of wanting to bring my short acting down, I don't think that would work for me.
Yeah, yeah,
And that should anyway be the mission of everybody who is diagnosed with type 1.
correct.
कि, धीरे धीरे अपना insulin dosage नीचे लेके आओ. How will you want to do it?
Yeah,
By going for walks, by exercising, by eating maybe less carbs, by being more insulin sensitive, right? So that anyway would not help for anybody who wants to do that. So no, I'm not a big fan of mixed. I think it complicates life. And like you said, right, few pricks here and there does not matter.
yeah.
So might as well use it separately.
Exactly. So Megha, like one word that is sort of associated, like if you say Megha, you also think of biohacking, and I find it very exciting. The way that you explain it, and we've spoken about it, and you've told me. But I'd love for you to tell the viewers also what is biohacking, why can it help diabetics also. I am not able to hear Megha.
Means,
Ah,
can you hear me?
yeah, now I can hear you. All good.
Okay. So anything and everything you would do to change the biology of yourself so that you live an optimized life. That could be through stem cells, that could be through peptides, that could be through supplements, through working out, through taking sun, anything and everything. So largely we are all biohackers, and type 1 diabetics automatically become biohackers at some point in their
Yeah,
lives because initially there is anger, then slowly you start making peace with your situation, and then slowly you start having fun with it. When you start seeing good numbers,
yeah,
you feel powerful, right? Like, okay, I got my life in my control, I got my health in my control. And that happens largely when you start taking care of yourself, when you start educating yourself, informing yourself. So, the way I operate as a biohacker is I would largely want people to use their own body and nature to heal. But if that's not really helping,
yeah.
then you can all, like, we all use insulin, right? We're all insulin dependent. So I'm not against allopathy, but that's the last resort. Like right now, we know that we need insulin, like we can't do without it.
Correct.
So that is what biohacking is. And I see a lot of diabetics over here.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. Somebody's written, God bless all the diabetics. And yeah, it's been a journey and a half. And best therapy for New Year is to sleep early. I completely agree. So thank you all. Yeah, I'm like so happy with so many people who joined. Please send us some questions and we'll answer them for you.
Acha, so there are two. One question is, I know this is from Shaurya. He's in 10th standard, and he says, "Is shock pen useful?" But Shaurya, I don't know, like, what is shock pen? I'm not sure. What exactly your question is. So maybe you can explain and reshare the question. And then another question: Are you coming back to CID episodes?
No, I am not. But I think maybe I should just call Fireworks up. I think the producer's name is BP Singh sir,
Yeah,
and he was very, very kind to me, and he was so good to me.
yeah,
I think I should tell him to get me in another episode because like so many people want me to be back as a cop in CID. I might as well do it.
yeah. That would be amazing and so exciting, now with the whole, maybe they can even put in a little T1 spin into the.
Yeah, yeah, like a murder mystery with a type 1 diabetic and
Yeah.
something to do with कि उसके insulin pen में क्या था.
Or like a motivating wala episode where, okay, this is the cop with T1, she's got this,
Oh yeah, that is better. That is definitely better. I might just message him. Yes.
that please keep us posted if that happens. That'll be so much fun.
For sure, yeah. Somebody is asking you, Nupur, is Mama Earth serum and moisturizer good for men?
I have no idea actually.
She's not a man. No, but the game changers asked this, and honestly, like since you're asking us this, I would highly recommend using our face oils that we've been
Yeah.
making. Yeah, and it's actually for women, but men can also use it. Men can use it as well. So you can send us a message and we'll have it sent to you. Try those, especially in this weather, whether it's where it's dry. A face oil would work better than a moisturizer for sure.
Exactly. And I mean, you guys have seen like Megha's post, Megha's skin, like it's shining, it's dewy, and I have to ask you, Megha, like which face oil would you recommend? Like for somebody, like let's say with, I mean, I have like combination skin, so what's a good face oil that I should go in for? Like the ones that you have.
Yeah, so we have two face
Yeah,
oils. It's basically for the menstrual phase and for the luteal phase.
got it.
So for the menstrual phase is when your skin needs more TLC. So we call it the rebirth
Yeah.
oil. And the ingredients are also meant to repair and nourish the skin. So there's calendula oil, there's jojoba oil, there's a little bit of castor oil, there's clarisage oil, there's rose essential oil,
Wow.
there's lavender oil. So all of this is going to work very, very well to repair your skin.
Got it.
The other one is called the Mystic Glow Oil.
Yeah.
That's when, in your ovulation phase, you're feeling great, your skin is largely doing well, you want maintenance. So then you use the Mystic Glow Oil, which has rose oil, frankincense oil, castor, jojoba, lavender. And that is going to give you that beautiful glow. And the thing is, for me, more than anything, the fact that there are no chemicals in it. Because
Right.
at this point, your skin is the largest organ of your body,
Correct.
right? Sorry. So if whatever you apply on your face is going to get absorbed into your skin, it's going to go into your brain and it's going to change your neural pathways. And any issue that we're having, whether it's PCOS, hormonal issue, infertility, periods not coming on time, all of this is sorry related to our hormones, right?
Correct.
So you want to be using the right ingredients. If you're not going to eat it, why would you want to put it on your face? So for you, I think if you cycle sync and use both the
Yeah.
oils, they would work very well because they work on dry skin, on oily skin, combination skin.
Wow, that is
Because
helpful.
it'll totally balance everything for you.
And also, like, so for people that have a combination skin or oily skin, I mean, one tends to run away from the sort of oils, because you think that it's going to make your skin more oily.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your take on that?
Uh, no, that's not the truth. Actually, if you have oily skin, that is your skin wants the oil and so it's producing its own oil, which is
Got
not
it.
ideal. That is not the right way to do it. So if you have oily skin and you use oils, it'll basically bring the skin back into balance. So
Understood.
that's why you should use oils. And if you have dry skin, then you also should use oils
Correct.
because then you have dry skin and you want to take care of your skin. Your skin just needs to be nourished in a natural way, not go through oxidative stress. So if you're going through stress internally, your skin is going to show up on that. So you have to internally take care of yourself and externally by using the right ingredients, being in a good environment, being in a clean environment. I don't even largely use a face wash. Like I don't remember the last time I'd used a face wash. It's been
Yeah.
months. That also strips your skin of its natural
Right.
oils. So keep it as natural as simple as possible. Obviously, if I'm on a in a music festival which is in the desert,
Yeah.
I will use like a gentle face wash, maybe Sebamed
Yeah.
or something of that sort. But largely, I wouldn't.
Got it, got it. That is super helpful for all those. I was going to say women, but I mean, obviously, men also need to take care of their skin, their overall health, and through the questions we know that they're also quite interested. So that's amazing. And another thing that impacts your health and your general well-being is your mental health. And there's a question from Anu, Anu, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're the type one, right? Or is it your mom who is? I know that you have some connection, so please tell us that. And but she's asking you like, how do you balance your mental health with all of the other things that happen, in life, and what's the connection with T1?
How do I keep my mental health intact?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? I have days when my mental health is not healthy.
yeah,
My mental health is not, they say healthying. It's like, December is Decembering, mental health is not healthying.
yeah,
Like, and that's okay. Like, I give in, I will do, I call it little shimmers in my life.
yeah,
So, like, if my mental health needs a little TLC, the first thing I do is I take
yeah,
alone time. I switch off. I shut down. I'm like, I need alone time to refuel and reset. I would read a book. I would journal. I would light a candle. These are all little shimmers.
yeah.
I would use the sauna. I would play with my dogs. I would go for a walk. I would get in a workout to get those happy hormones going. So, whatever works for you in that mental health. See, now I largely live alone. So, for me, my way to refuel and reset is to be alone. But a
Correct.
lot of people live in big families. And so if that helps you come back in balance, then you do that. So just because I'm saying this does not mean that you do that. You must be knowing by now what feels good to you and what doesn't.
Correct.
So when you know what feels good to you, you do that. And slowly you will bring your mental health back in order. And also accept that there are going to be days when you are going through a valley and it's not always going to be a peak. And especially for
Yeah.
women, we have 4 phases in the menstrual cycle, right? So in 2 phases, it's going to be hard. It's going to be painful because you're going through fluctuations.
Correct.
And in 2 phases, you're going to feel good. So accept that. And if you cycle sync your life, if you live your life according to the cycle and behave according to the cycle, like in my menstrual cycle, in menstrual phase and luteal phase, I might not go for that PR. I might not go and lift heavy weights. I
Correct.
might want to do more yin yoga, more gentle walking, like things like those. So
Right.
you have to see what works for you and make sure that you always come back to it if your mental health is not feeling good. And then slowly also make sure you're doing those things on a regular basis. Have a solid morning routine and a solid evening routine so that these days that you don't have good mental health days
Yeah.
are less and far in between.
That is very helpful, and especially for all the women and the girls who are watching. If you all have any questions around cycle syncing, please post them in the comments. In case we have missed it, please repost them, and we'll keep an eye. So I want to quickly show everyone the calendar. This is
Yes.
the blue circle calendar. Yay! And here is our amazing.
Oh, yay! I always choose the month May because like my birthday is in May
Exactly.
and I love it. Like every time the month comes, I've been using the calendar for years and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's such a beautiful way of supporting our community and also obviously, staying in touch with what date it is.
Correct. Correct, absolutely. And I think in this fast-paced world when everyone's got, calendars on their phones and we think, why do we need what I think this is a good reminder. You just keep it on your desk and the best part is that anybody who's watching wants to buy one or wants to, gift somebody one, all the proceeds go to the NGO. It's called Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation and we do a lot of stuff. In the month of December itself, we've covered more than 7,000 children in Zilla Parishad schools, in villages, in the city, in and around Pune. So a lot of people who don't know about diabetes also get to learn a little bit, about how to be healthy, how not to get type 2 in the future, what is type 1, how can they, take care of their health and their family's health. And thanks, Nehal, for putting in that as well. All proceeds support people living with diabetes and the NGO as well. So here's once again our beautiful friend Megha, and she really owns it. She's living with type 1 since 6 years now, and you can read about her here. You can see a fact about diabetes right here with the QR code. And on each page is somebody living with type 1 with diabetes. So there's a 3-4 year old child, there's an elderly person, there are people that are living with various types of diabetes, not just type 1 and type 2, but also there's something called type 3C. There's all sorts of, there's gestational diabetes which happens during pregnancy. So I think for us as diabetics also, it's really great to know that there are these things, and of course even for the general public.
Yes.
um,
Is this a good time, Nupur, to take a minute and
yeah.
say, like, you're doing such brilliant work? It amazes me how you can be so inspiring to so many people. Like, it can get exhausting, but I never see you tired. I never see you losing your patience. You're such a, like, you're an inspiring warrior. You just keep going and going, and like, it might not have been easy, I'm pretty sure. Like, touching the lives of 7,000 people within a month is not a joke. So, guys, like, I think everybody, please, wherever you can, however you can, please support the Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation. Nupur is at it. If there is any way in which you can, make the life of Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation better, please reach out to her and please do your bit. It's a very small thing, but it goes a long way.
Thank you so much, Megha. And I know from day one, Megha's been so supportive, and always. I mean, I don't even have to call her now for the calendar. I'm just like, Megha, you're in it. Send me your photos, and that's it. It's a 2 minute,
Yeah.
chat, and we are done. And I remember the first time around, but we've
Yeah.
like come a long way, and it's
Yeah, yeah. I cannot lose my May slot. Please don't give it to anybody.
not at all. Never, never. May slot is for the May, May baby, and for the Taurian. Uh,
Yes.
there's a question for you, Megha. How to manage oily skin? I'm just scrolling up to check if there was anything else, but I think it was Pratiksha's question. How do I take care of my oily skin?
I think firstly you'll have to, if you believe in Ayurveda, I think that has helped me a lot.
Yeah,
You would want to maybe get yourself tested. What they do is Nadi Pariksha. They'll check your pulse and they'll understand it is largely because of an imbalance in the body. So if you can get checked and see आपका कौन सा dosha hai, whether you are fire, air or water,
yeah,
and accordingly start eating according to that, start working out according to that, take care of your skin according to that would be of great help. And I've honestly understood that when it comes to chemicals, whatever you apply topically does not really help, because what they do with these creams and ointments and serums and all of these names that you can't even pronounce, they are going to add ingredients in it that the minute you stop using it, your skin is going to come back to point one. So you're basically wasting your money and your time and your effort.
yeah,
So ideally, you would want to heal from the inside so that it shows on the skin. Use as natural products as possible. Don't touch your face. I see a lot of girls and boys even touching their face even when they want to explain.
yeah.
Don't do that. You're holding doorknobs, you're holding so many things. All of that infection, all of that bacteria, sorry, not infection, bacteria is going on your face. That also creates an imbalance. Try to be in a clean environment, drink a lot of water, and just eat healthy and use natural things on your skin. Yeah, like usse zyada, it might take a longer route, but it's definitely more rewarding in the longer run.
Correct, correct. And I think like for anyone who knows Megha, I mean, and by know I mean that even if you, I mean, you see her posts on Instagram, you follow her on Instagram, okay, this is Megha. She works out, she does this. Like for example, when I met her for the first time, and she was carrying her luggage, right, and we were on the road, and we had a short distance to walk to the airport, and I mean, hey, for somebody who's strong, who works out, who takes care of themselves, I think that just shows on the skin, in the body, in your mental health. It just comes out that way. Also, a very quick reminder for everyone. I can see people still joining in. If you all have any questions, we're almost at the end of our schedule of 30 minutes. Especially for the people who have diabetes. If you have any questions, please put them into the chat or the question section. Um, And in the meanwhile, there's one question, there's one follow up question from Shaurya. He says that there's a type of pen that's now been launched that is without needles. And I think I saw it on one of our groups also. But so that is something he wants to highlight and, talk about. And I also want to quickly, appreciate Shaurya and tell Megha about. So he's in the 10th standard now, and we did a school awareness program recently in a government school in his locality. So he finished writing his prelims. He came to the school. He gave a lecture to the students who are like almost his age. He told them that I am also like you. I also have diabetes. And so I thought that was really brave of him because
Wow.
yeah,
So how old is he?
he's in 10th standard. He's probably 15 or so,
Oh,
like 14. Yeah,
wow. Wow, Shaurya, it is so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for the wonderful questions and the information that you've just given. I think I live under a rock in Goa. I don't have a diabetologist, I don't have an endocrinologist, and I did not know that now you get pens without needles. I'm definitely going to follow up on that. So, thank you so much for informing us about something that we didn't know.
exactly. Exactly. There are so many new things that are happening. Sometimes it gets tough, and that's why, having this community is so helpful
Yes.
because it's super, super helpful. So, I'm going to show Megha a few of the things that we have in our merch, and I'm going to ask her which one's her favorite. Um, okay, let me begin. So, here's a fridge magnet, and it says,
Unicorn, yeah.
yeah, unicorn
I have
wala.
this on my
Yes.
fridge.
And then here's one that
कितने
says,
carbs थे? I love that.
okay. And then here's a little pop socket, and there are a couple of more designs in this one. But this talks about our Facebook group, but there are a few more.
Okay.
So you can put it on the back of your mobile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I think a couple of years back, it was quite a trend where everyone was, adkawing that little pop socket feature.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a mask that I think we don't wear anymore as much, but mask will be here. And another like important thing is the medical
Yes.
ID card for those who have diabetes. ये अपने purse में, pocket में, whatever. If you're in school, college,
Yeah.
you can sort of fill it up, put it, and in case of emergency, people can help you. Another
Yeah.
thing kept handy was this little cap here.
Oh, so cute.
So here it's like a nice white light color.
Wow.
Um, so so Megha, which one's your favorite? And I don't know, I'm definitely missing something, but that's okay. But I want to ask you, which one do you think is the cutest or the nicest? Uh,
Yaar, my favorite would be कितने carbs थे.
yeah, yeah,
That
for sure.
because it's so funny, it's so Bollywood, it's so Sholay, and it's so carbs, and like because this is the story of our lives. Like literally, you think I'm talking like a with a type 1 diabetic. If you're having a conversation, you think they're listening to you, but actually they're just counting carbs in their head.
Exactly.
So because we on a daily basis make way more decisions than an average human, right?
For
Like
sure.
you could be talking to somebody and you could be thinking, मेरा insulin कहाँ है? Is it in the fridge? अच्छा मुझे अभी जाना है तो मुझे निकाल के लेके जाना है. Like there are so many things that are running in the back of our head.
Correct.
So कितने carbs थे I think is right on top in all the questions that we ask ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. And right on the fridge, so वो थोड़ा सा reminder भी हो
Yeah.
जाता है every time we go and grab that ice cream or something.
Yes.
We're like, oh God.
Yes. So मेरे यहाँ पे ये scroll नहीं कर रहा है. Are they, what are people saying? For some reason, it's got stuck with the last message, which was here 20 minutes ago.
Oh, some I can see like a lot of people have joined. There is some random aloo paratha can't stop my craving. Here's another Shaurya, a second Shaurya, who's saying that they're not able to stop their aloo paratha ka craving. So any tips, Megha?
You want to start?
Yeah, sure. I think that I mean आलू पराठा किसको नहीं अच्छा लगता है, right? Like we all love like nicely थोड़ा मक्खन लगा के या घी लगा के. But I think for we have to think, right? We have to make a choice at some point that I want to keep my body healthy and I want to like this body has to last me 100 years and so you have to pick the foods that will keep you healthy and will take you there for the long run sort of. So I think that's my take on the aloo paratha, more or less.
Yeah, when you say that, I my cravings won't stop now, whether that's for pizza or burger or aloo paratha. That's also like a learned behavior, our
Correct.
community, our culture, that
Correct.
he or she's craving for an aloo paratha.
Yeah.
Who's that? It's Shaurya, right? So that's a
Yeah.
he. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Shaurya, you're craving for the aloo paratha because that's your favorite thing to eat, but largely what your body is, what are cravings? Let's break it down. Cravings is basically your body's way of telling you that there is some nutrition I need which I'm not getting,
Right.
and you then process it into an aloo paratha or a pizza or a burger. So a craving is your body's way of telling you, I need nutrition. So if you are ready to do this, if you can do your blood work
Yeah.
and see if you are deficient in any vitamins or minerals,
Correct.
either supplement yourself with that, your cravings will slowly start going away. The other thing you can do is just increase more fat and protein in your consumption. When you
Yeah.
consume more fat and protein, your body is largely getting all the nutrition it needs. Not all of it, but largely, because they're macronutrients. And so the cravings automatically go down. You're fuller for long. Your glucose stays steady for a larger period.
Correct.
You don't get hungry that often. So I would say blood work and then compensate with supplements. And the other thing is try to increase more protein and fat in your food. You can start every meal with protein, fiber, fat, and then still see if you're craving things and then see what can be done. But largely, this will solve the problem.
Super, super helpful. Please, remember this. Remember what Megha said, because I think sometimes, when there's a question and you're like, oh my god, like should I take the sort of practical part of it? Should I talk about the, But I think, Shaurya, I hope that this has helped you, and quickly checking if there are any more questions. In case we've missed your question and haven't addressed it, please quickly put it into the chat in the next like 30 seconds, so that we can see your question and answer it. And in the meanwhile, so that we all can stay connected, don't forget to, stay connected and follow us. Megha's handle is right there. You can see it on the screen. So make sure you're following her, follow Blue Circle. Also, our Facebook group is called Diabetes Support Network India. So join the group and you can post your questions there. There are more than 17,000 people on that group,
Wow.
and a lot of people ask each other questions. About food, about PCOD, about losing weight, gaining weight. हर तरह का question is being asked. Acha, I think I saw a question that just came in, but where is it? Any permanent solution to diabetes?
Type 1 or type 2?
ये the second Shaurya का question है, so I'm not sure.
Second Shaurya is type 1 or type 2?
I am not 100% sure. Second Shaurya, can you please tell us if you're type 1 or type 2 or non-diabetic or...
What would be the permanent solution to diabetes, Nupur?
आई थिंक फॉर अस मतलब टाइप वन के लिए तो वी हैव टू टेक इंसुलिन. आई मीन हम चाहे कितना वेट उठा लें, कुछ भी कर लें, वी नीड सम. जो बॉडी नहीं बना रहा है, वी हैव टू टेक बाहर से एन इंसुलिन इंजेक्शन. एंड दैट डजंट मेक अस लेस और बैड और एनीथिंग. इट्स जस्ट it's not there in the body, we are taking it. For type 2, of course, thoda alag hai, and with modification in the lifestyle and the diet and the exercise, weight loss, all that, some type 2s are able to reverse their diabetes also. Right? Over to Megha.
I think the permanent solution to diabetes would be to make peace with what is in your
Yeah.
life. Whatever you can change, you change. Uh, if you are not making the effort to change it, stop complaining.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and complain. Like, have a conversation which is solution based. So whatever in your life you can change, you change. Like, I was diagnosed with 16 point something HbA1c. I decided to change it after playing victim and everything. But now I might be at a 5.8, 6.3 plus minus. I haven't checked in the last 2 months. Whatever I could change, I've changed. Whatever I can't, I've made peace with it. At the same time, I'm working on making that better. But I am not sitting and complaining, yaar, ye kya ho gaya mere saath.
Correct.
So, change what you can and make peace with what you can't. That would be the solution to diabetes. Not your victim mentality, not,
Correct.
taking insulin or not. Because in life, something or the other will happen any which ways. Today,
Absolutely.
you've got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. There are other people who are going through worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad world out there, so be happy with what you have. But everybody's going through something, yeah. Everybody is doing their best with so many things. And this is what you have been dealt. So you have to take care of it. And nobody else is going to come and do it for you. So make peace, change what you can, and make peace with what you can't.
Yes, I think it all starts here. Like
Yeah.
Megha said very correctly, your mindset has to change. And, she shared her journey of how that victim mentality, say, once she is shifted, you can see, I mean, she's working out, she's doing her blood sugar management, she's taking her shots, everything, is happening. And Megha, there's a lot of appreciation for you in the comments also. 16 say you brought it down. That is amazing. Really appreciating it. Shaurya says that I can understand, but my mom is very stubborn. I want to change her lifestyle. Okay, so you should definitely stay connected, with the community, and that way you can benefit as well. There's another comment from where did it go? Bhaskar says that he got type 2 diabetes at the age of 28 and now he's 34, and he needs help. So Bhaskar, what sort of help you need, you can leave in the comments. And in case we're not able to catch up, and you end up typing late, do continue following on Instagram, both the handles, and also join the Facebook group. There is Diabetes Support Network India, where you can post your question, and there are a lot of people with type 2 as well that can seek support on that
Yeah.
group.
Nupur, I want to take a second and answer what second Shaurya brought up
Yeah,
about how mom is a little more stubborn in things. I'm guessing he's saying that मैंने अपना lifestyle तो change कर लिया है, but I'm not able to change the lifestyle of my mother, right?
right.
Of mom. I think what has worked in my life has been, even my mom was not very open to change with
Yeah,
things. But when I started being the example, I started making the change. I started living what I was saying
correct.
slowly, gently, pyar se, because see, it's not their fault. Yeah, they've lived 40, 50, 60 years of their life living a certain way.
Correct.
It's hard to change their ways at this point. So if we can make the change ourselves and slowly then encourage them to do it gently, very gently, very प्यार वाली बातों में, गुस्सा करके नहीं. So then it'll happen. But the first thing you have to do is you have to first practice what you're preaching
Yes.
and then show them the results and then tell them. And do things together. Take that walk in the evening with your mom. So tell her, I want to talk to you, come with me. And then she'll leave her household things and do that walk. So slowly, if we can do things with them and eventually they get used to it and then they start seeing results, then they'll start doing things on their own.
Correct, correct. Really, we have to. We just can't, tell somebody do it and then expect them to do it. Like Megha said, 40, 50 years they have lived, a certain style. Shaurya ka ek question hai, Megha, the 10th standard wala Shaurya, and he says, how did you control your HbA1c? And I have a little context for this question. I know Shaurya is struggling since a few years. His mother also tells me that they are fighting at home and they're not like he's growing up and she's telling him, and so he wants some tips from you on how to control his HbA1c.
There are four pillars I focused on: good sleep, good nutrition, working out, and taking the sun. Uh, I made sure that I was sleeping well. I made sure that I was working out. I made sure that I was eating well and hydrating well and taking enough sun.
Yeah,
I will repeat that. Make sure that you're sleeping well. Make sure that you're working out well. Movement. Let's
yeah,
call it movement. Any kind of movement. Let's call it. The third one is good nutrition, good hydration, and the fourth one is getting enough sun and at the right time. So to set your circadian rhythm. If you do these four things gently, depending on how reactive your body is, that's a very individual and a unique thing. So you would know that best. But if you just do these four things consistently, and make it a lifestyle, it will start coming down. There's no way it won't. And if you want to add things to it, you can add the sauna, you can add intermittent fasting, you can add fasting, you can, add journaling, add grounding. Then you can start doing yoga, meditation. But ये चारों चीजें भी अगर आप टाइम पे करो और ढंग से करो, actually you will see the needle moving just in a couple of weeks.
that is very wholesome and holistic advice जो मेघा ने दिया है, and I think it's super helpful for everyone. There are two questions and two comments that I want to quickly touch upon because I think they're pretty nice. So one by Shravani, and she says, "Ma'am, I'm a food blogger and I love exploring street food and have it daily. Also, I have much cravings for street food. So any tips for her?"
Shravani, hi Shravani, yeah, who doesn't love street food? Especially like India, is we're so blessed with yummy food. Uh, mm, two, three ways of doing this. Make sure that in the week that you're eating good nutrition, you're taking care of yourself. Maybe on a Sunday, sham ko with family, go for that chaat papdi or something. So make it something that you enjoy with your family, not just like sitting in your room and binging and eating it. So make it an event and don't do it very often. And it's not very bad. Like I want people to understand that, life really is not black and white when it comes to health. If at that point it will make you feel better to have that chart and you will feel mentally better, by all means go and have it take your insulin accordingly. But largely, maybe before that, make sure you're getting enough protein and fat. Guys, I cannot emphasize enough on how much it helps to get enough protein and fat towards the morning, afternoon. Your cravings will automatically drop. So you have to do this to know what I'm saying. Like I used to love my pizzas. I used to love my bread. I used to love all of those things, and I used to play victim. मैंने कब से नहीं खाया. But the minute I started getting enough fat and protein in my nutrition, especially the first half of the day, by evening I don't really want to eat anything because my body's got the nutrition it needs. So now I don't crave for anything. Also, like for if like make sure that you're in an environment where you're not looking at these things all the time. If you're with a family and they're all eating, tell them you're a diabetic or tell them that not to do it openly because like you're trying to change yourself. So change your environment as well.
Yes, yes. I think that's really excellent advice because I do the exact same thing. If whatever pizza, junk food, burgers, अगर घर पे आएगा ही नहीं, you will not eat it, right? And the people around you will also become more healthy if they follow what you're doing as a diabetic. There's another comment by a handle called Babu Habi. I don't know if I got this thing right, but they say
Yes.
this say that thank you for pushing the health agenda, and it's really important. All of these discussions, I think. Thank you for joining, and definitely, I mean, Megha has been sharing her journey, talking about everything from diabetes to skincare to overall holistic management of health, women's health. So many things we've covered in this short time, and I'm quickly one quick check to see if there's any last question. I don't probably not yet. There's one last one by Shaurya.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, take your time. I'm in no hurry. Like, if there are any questions, anything people want to ask, and we can always do a live 2 weeks
yes.
into let's do another one near the 15th of Jan.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's, tell people to work on the things that we've asked them to, and we can do a stock check on the 15th of Jan. Yeah, I'm very happy to do it.
That sounds amazing. So, Shaurya says that I'm not able to sleep at night. And I know, Shaurya, this is a 10th standard wala Shaurya, so that's the context.
If you're not able to sleep at night, okay, so what we're going to do is a couple of things and sleep in all the four pillars that I mentioned: your
Yeah.
nutrition and hydration, your sleep, your movement, and sun. Sleep is the most important pillar. It's the wall on which you paint everything else. If the wall is not strong, the paint is not going to stay. It's the table on which you keep things, everything else. If the table is not strong, nothing else will stick. If you've not slept well, you cannot work out. You will crave more carbs. You will have brain fog. You will have memory issues. You will not put on muscles. So many things. Now, how do you sleep well? I'm going to give you maybe three, four
Yeah.
hacks that are zero investment. The only thing it needs from you is your time and effort. So, Shaurya and everybody who's here, please listen to me. Post 6 p.m., like now it's 5:50, right? Post 6 p.m., make sure that you don't have any top lights in your house. Like if this is my eye level, make sure that there's nothing above this. Everything should be below it. So whether you have lamps in the house, whether you have mirchi lights, luddy lights, you get them from the electrical shop for what, 50, 100
Yeah.
bucks. Candles, just low lighting as much as possible, low lighting, no more tube lights, no more top lights. Do that. That what it does is it gives your body the signal to produce melatonin, which is the sleep hormone.
Right.
So once that hormone is produced, you will automatically start feeling drowsy by 8 or 9 p.m. Now, you may have to use your iPhone. I use it too, iPhone or any smartphone or iPad or TV. At least in phones, you have a setting where you can put on the red light in phones. So you figure that out for your phone and put that red light on so that your eyes are not constantly seeing blue light, because when your eyes see blue light,
Yeah.
they are not able to produce a sleep hormone called melatonin. Take a warm water shower. If you can, add some salt to it towards the end. Just wash that off, because in the day you pick up so many responsibilities and so many roles, right? Of a mother, father, good student, of an employer, employee. So, like, just wash all of that out from your system and your aura field. Um, Another thing that can help is if you can get lavender essential oil. Um, you get them on Amazon. Just put a few drops of it on your pillowcase left and right. When you inhale that, your body automatically feels relaxed and you're able to sleep better. I think Shaurya is too early for you to start taking supplements like maybe magnesium biglycinate, inositol, glycine, resveratrol, reishi. So all of these, Brahmi, ashwagandha, like all of these supplements help you sleep better. But I don't know if at class 10th you need any of this. I think if you do the other hacks, that will solve the problem.
Yeah, and I know that Megha, whatever she's saying, she definitely does it herself. She said that, when it came to that other question about stubborn mom and everything, because I mean, I know you're up early in the morning, and it's not one-off random wala thing. It's, consistently, you manage to tune out all that extra sort of noise, and um, you do your thing, and you're off to bed. There's one comment from Lawrence who says that, khao piyo mast raho, and what's your kind of response to that? He says ek din sabko jana hai, and I'll share mine as well. But what do you think? Like, has something changed after diabetes? Has your outlook towards this kind of thought changed?
Yeah, 100% Lawrence. What you're saying is very true. And I also, one of my mottos is this, khul ke
Yeah,
jiyo. Like, खुल के जियो. तो like he says खाओ पियो मस्त रहो 100%. You just decide which way you want to go.
yeah,
One way is to eat all of those carbs, not take insulin, and say bhai, this is, I'm going to live it up right now and this is my way of living it up. ठीक है, जिंदगी might be a little more shorter, might be a little more harder, but that's how you want to do it. By all means, you do you. You see what rocks your boat, and if that's how you want to do it. The other way to do it is, okay, I want to live a long healthy life, and so I want to take care of myself right now. At 90, I don't want to struggle to get up from the bed, and I don't want three people helping me to even pee or go take a dump. I don't want that.
yeah,
So I want to take care of myself right now, and in that I find joy. I love it when I'm able to do a good ice bath. I love it when I'm able to do a good sauna session. It's a little bit of rewiring of the brain, but once you do that, initially it's painful. Usko kya kehte hain? It's lonely.
yeah,
The whole journey is lonely because you will end up eliminating a lot of people, things, situations, emotions from your life which you were used to, because that's what your brain and your system recognizes and understands as your comfort zone. And so when you leave from there, your brain is going to rebel, your body is going to rebel, your friends are going to rebel. लोग ताने सुनाएंगे, लोग टीज करेंगे, लोग इमोशनली ब्लैकमेल करेंगे.
yeah,
But you have to understand what your true north is. And once you do that, actually you will find a tribe of people, thoughts, situations, experiences which are way more beautiful than what you left behind. So it's a little bit of a journey, but once you embark on it, it's very powerful.
absolutely. There's one question. I think this person is a parent of a child, and their question is that, their child ka sugars go to like 300, 450, that high, and so they say that Param's sugars go to 350 to 400 in a day, and while not much and even moderate changes in my son Param's foods, carb counting habits, um, I think, yeah, I mean that you got to keep at it, right? Like, if it's going to 300, maybe you can target ki chalo aaj 300 hai, let's make sure it's 200 next time, and then bring it down to 150, and then 100, and find a way to stay there. What do you say, Megha? I mean,
Obviously he's a type 1 diabetic, and the glucose is going up because of maybe the food he's eating,
right.
right?
Yeah,
Largely. I don't know how old Param is,
yeah,
but just, yeah, I have so much respect for type 1 parents because they literally go through it. And I hats off to you and full respect to you for asking this question, for being on this chat, and having a child at home. But I want to tell you that this is a very big blessing for Param and for you. You
correct.
will eventually go on to doing, you'll end up either making a diabetic food line,
Yeah.
or you will end up making a parents diabetic community. But a lot of great things are going to happen. Maybe we are just not seeing it right now. Where Param's glucose is concerned, I don't have enough information to comment on it honestly.
Right.
But you just it just has to be better management. It has to be better monitoring, better what are the foods that are spiking his glucose. अनफॉर्चुनेटली सबका फिक्स्ड मेन्यू नहीं है कि इस चाय से हर इंसान का सिर्फ 10 पॉइंट बढ़ेगा. You know, some people have glucose spikes with coffee as well. For some people with coffee, glucose goes down. So it just has to be better monitoring and better management, and better research about Param, about his doshas, about different things about his being, what
Right.
is working. Like now, there's even the blood group diet, right? So if like I used to eat a lot of pineapple earlier, thinking it's good for me, but the minute I understood I'm in A positive and I digest papita better, I switched and my bloating went away. So it's these little minute changes that we have to do where Param is concerned. Do better glucose monitoring and better food management, and I'm sure we'll get there.
Yep. There's a question from Vinita. She says, I'm type 1 diabetic and, I'm on insulin and I keep on gaining weight. How can I manage this? And I'm 35 years old.
At 35, I would completely look into your hormonal system, because 35 to 45 is when we do a gear shift into the next phase of life as a woman. So between 35 to 45 is when you will see that whatever used to fly earlier does not fly now. So maybe get your thyroid panel checked, maybe get your all of your vitamins, minerals, see where you are at. You could be low on vitamin D. So many factors to this. So once you have your blood work, you will have to sit with your physician, or if you like, if you consult with me, we will sit together. We'll see what is going on. I would want to know about everything about your life, where you're at, what are your stress levels, what does your body feel the need to hold on to, and we'll break it down and we'll give diagnosis accordingly. And slowly you will feel the shedding happening. But largely, if you like, if suppose we are not working together, it would be about doing your thyroid test, your blood work, and then seeing where you are with your hormones.
Right. Uh, there is another question from Nafis, and he says that he's your fan from Riyadh. And how any tips on how to stay motivated to exercise? Like he enjoys it, he does it, but then like the motivation part is a problem.
Hi, who's that?
Nafis.
Nafis. Hi, Nafis. Namaste. Thank you so much for, following my journey and supporting it. Riyadh. Okay, wow. If you want to be motivated, yeah, what works for me is I keep switching my event activities. Like one day I will do strength training, one day I will do yoga, one day I will go for a run. Or maybe for a couple of months I will do strength training and then I will shift gears and move completely to yoga.
Yeah.
So switching your activity will make it interesting. And honestly, when you start seeing results on your body, you don't want to be motivated. You just want to be consistent. And consistency does not mean going to the gym every single day. It means एक दिन मिस हो गया, दूसरे दिन मिस हो गया, चलेगा. तीसरे दिन मिस नहीं होना चाहिए. The third day you should not miss your gym. By the third day you should be like, I have to get up and go. You make this rule for yourself. So once you decide that you have to be consistent, you don't need the motivation. I don't look for motivation. I get up and like the way I brush my teeth on auto mode, I go to the gym. I do not negotiate with my head about what I should be doing and should not be doing. Like it is a non-negotiable, and it is the option of not doing it is not on the table. So there is no negotiation happening. It is you have to do it, you have to do it. It's very simple because like I said, at 90, nobody will come to pick us up from the bed. We have to do it ourselves. And for that, the only thing that will actually help us is muscle. So please go to the gym, put on your muscle, and it is a very expensive thing to own. Make sure you're having enough protein, make sure you're hydrating, sleeping well. Once you keep doing all of these things, now then going to the gym will also become fun. It will not be a painful process because then your body will support you in doing what you want to do.
Correct. Question from Karan Marathon Runner. That's his name. And he says, slightly off topic. When do we see you acting again? And are there any new projects coming up?
Yeah, Karan, I act all the time. Just that nobody pays me anymore to act. So, I don't know when I will be on screen. I don't know. I don't know, maybe like a nice web series on biohacking.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. But right now, I don't see anything in the ekdam near future. But thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, that would be amazing. There's one comment from Shaurya, 10th standard wala Shaurya, and he says, one day please come for a run or a walk with us in Pune. He's based in Pune in our local community
Oh,
here.
I would love to. You know, the next time we are planning, like the next time I'm coming, I will tell
Yeah,
you. So we had a very short but cute meeting in this last one, and I'm so grateful to you that you brought it together. But next time I'll give you enough heads up, and I'll definitely want to do a run. I have done a 21-kilometer run.
wow.
I did the half marathon with the Standard Chartered Mumbai
Oh my God,
Marathon.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did the 21K, but I would love to do another good run in Pune with you all. We'll make it happen in this coming
Let,
year for sure.
let's do it. And we have a big gang here in Pune, so it's a lot of fun, and I know they'll be all super excited to meet with you as
Let's
well.
do it.
And Megha, there's one more comment from Rajesh from Rajkot, and I know that he knows you well, and his comment is that anywhere I go, I will carry my insulin and my glucometer, and as a type 1 diabetic, I think that is something that he's just kind of, it's not a question, but he's just put in a comment that
That you carry it, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, even I carry it. Like I have a fanny pack where I carry my insulin, my AccuCheck machine, and
yeah,
whatever goes along for the machine, the strips, etc. And I carry something sweet, and I carry my lip balm, and I carry my phone, and I carry some like these days I have Contil in my bag because like
yeah,
I have a bad throat. So
yeah,
I always have it because I don't want to reach somewhere like because we live in Goa, right? Like we'll
yeah,
just take off for a walk. We'll just like suddenly go for a long walk on the beach. The car is very behind. Like I don't want to be like, oh my God, I don't have anything sweet on me.
right,
And while walking, you can get a low sugar, right? Like because the body is so dynamic.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a very, very good habit to always have all of these things with you in your fanny pack and not depend on anybody else. If your partner or your, people around you support you, you're very lucky and you're very
Yeah.
blessed. But largely, like always have this with you.
There's a question from Megha Goel. I mean, I can only see her comment that, and she says, please tell, but please tell what, Megha Goel, if you can please put your comment once again, uh, because I'm just trying to scroll back and see what you have asked.
Guys, please make it easier for Nupur. And like, yeah, these are some excellent questions. Yeah, I'm so happy to be answering them. And I'm trying to give you very simple, low-key solutions, which like you don't have to do think too much and just do them.
Exactly. It's been super, like something that that you do, and that's why you're saying it. That this is something that I do. It's practical. It's doable.
Yeah.
And I know that Megha wouldn't say anything that she herself hasn't tried or she hasn't
Yeah.
experienced. So,
Yeah.
like, if she's saying it, definitely it's something that you know
Yeah.
she's doing as well.
100%.
Just waiting to see if there are any more questions. And in the meanwhile, people that are joining in and have diabetes can stay connected with us and, join our monthly meetups. Many places in India, many cities, we do monthly meetups. Goa somehow, I think in keeping with the sort of lazy vibe of Goa, it's something we've not been able to pull off yet. But a lot of other places, Bombay, Delhi, Goa, Bangalore, Jaipur, I mean, like you name it, a lot of cities and towns, we're doing meetups. Every Sunday, we also do online workshops. So we do lives like this, and we do workshops on Facebook, and we have a Facebook group as well, which is called Diabetes Support Network India, where you can ask your questions.
Wow. How, Nupur, how do you do all this, yaar? You amaze me.
No, I mean, I think it's a mutual admiration club that we've got, because I look at Megha and I'm like, each time she says, sleep early, and we've been doing these lives for years, okay? And I'm like, oh shit, even this year I haven't been, struggling in some way or the other to put myself to sleep. But it really kind of, inspires me to also, I'll do this. I won't put on all the lights today, once it's
Yeah.
sundown.
From today, you
Yeah.
decide ki ab bus no top light.
Yeah.
do two things, two, three things you can do. No more top light because see, it doesn't require your attention or you don't have to like sit and meditate. Because I'm giving a very practical solution. भाई मैं भी बैठ के meditate नहीं करती हूँ रात को.
Yeah, yeah.
Please show me कौन बैठ के रात को ऐसे करता है. कहाँ है वो focus? I don't know. I don't have that focus and these are like you are not needed over there. Just make sure कि by evening all the lights are low and you can sleep in a cooler room, in a darker room. Maybe take a shower, a warm water shower to cool your body down. Maybe wear like clothes that are of breathable
Yeah.
fabric and keep your bed sheet clean. Bhai, itna bhi kiya and don't do anything else on your bed. Don't eat on your
Yeah.
bed. Associate your bed with sleep. And so automatically when you go there, you see clean sheets, you light that candle. Like, कौन किसको नींद नहीं आएगी? Unless you've slept the entire day, then you can't sleep is also another thing. So largely, if you want to take a nap in the day, make sure that you're doing it before 2 p.m.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I don't nap at all. Like I just like to directly, once and for all. So
Hmm.
Megha Goel's question is that, like, do I need medicine or insulin for diabetes? I think she's generally asking, like, what do diabetics, do they take medicines or do they take insulin?
It depends. Nupur, do you want to take this
Yeah, yeah.
one?
Megha Goel, we are answering your question. Thank you for putting it again. There are many types of diabetes, and type 1 is one type where your body doesn't make insulin. It's an autoimmune condition. So, in that case, you have to inject insulin. Like in type 2, many cases, you can take medicines which are tablet form as well. And some people with type 2, whose pancreas give up and eventually they also end up on insulin. But that is briefly about whether you're have to be on medicine or insulin. Another question from Karan marathoner. He's asking if there are any runs in Bangalore. Yes, Karan. We last month we did a little bit of a walk and jog in Cubbon Park in Bangalore. So I think it would make sense for you to stay tuned and watch out for updates on our Instagram and on our Facebook group as well. And you're welcome to join our monthly meetups in Bangalore. Sometimes they meet for coffee, sometimes for a walk. Maybe you can inspire them to run a bit more. So, okay, Megha Goel has type 2 diabetes. So, that is the context in which she's asking.
Okay. So type 2 diabetes, Megha, firstly, let's make sure that you're not diabetic in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So everything has to be back calculated from there. Okay. You are a type 2 diabetic. By June, you ideally should not be a diabetic. So everything has to be back calculated from there. Where are you at? What are your blood tests saying? Just start working on it. If you want, like, let's get together. I'm happy to like have a conversation with you and work on this. Get your sleep right, get your nutrition right, get your movement right, get the sun. And like, there is no way that you will see the body has an innate power to heal. It heals itself. It's just that we don't believe in it and we don't provide a conducive environment for it to heal. So, if you ask me what medicines should I take right now, I don't know. Again, we'll have to see your blood work and where you are at. But with some supplementation and slowly decreasing your dose, I'm pretty sure you'll be a non diabetic by 6 months.
Megha, another question for you from Karan, the marathoner. And he says that what books do you recommend?
Anything specific? Like when you say what books do you recommend, any particular? I love reading and I would have a lot of books to recommend. So, but there are a couple of books that are my all-time favorites. Like I really like The Biology of Belief. I don't know who it's written by. I'm good with the names of books, but not their author.
Yeah.
There's another book called Breath by Dr. James something. That's a very nice book. This book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, is a very underrated book. That is very helpful.
Yeah.
And yeah, like these books are good. Yeah, like there are some other very nice books, but yeah, largely these books would be it.
Thanks, Megha. And Karan, if there's any context in which, what Megha asked, like which books, which type of books, then you can add that on in the comments. But I think she's really, she's shared a variety of books that I'm also making a mental note of. And, of course, we'll keep this recording on. There are two more comments slash questions. One by Surekha, I think, and she says how, if there's a family Swati Surekha. So she says how to prevent diabetes if you have a family history of it.
Just take care of yourself.
Yep.
Just take care of yourself. They're simple but profound words. Make sure you're walking, make sure you're careful with your consumption of carbs, glucose, sugar, pizzas, burgers. Make sure that you don't think it क्योंकि मेरी फैमिली को है तो मुझे भी होगा ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है.
Right.
And yeah, just by sleeping right, by getting the night nutrition, by working out, and by getting enough sun, you won't get it.
Absolutely. Uh, there is Chef Sumit Pant, and I think he's a parent of a child with T1. And he says, please take up my question. I just want to know if there are any laws which support our little T1Ds. If the school refuse to provide basic support, I can jump in here, Sumit. So basically, T1D in certain countries is considered as a disability and it gives you some benefits. The government offers you some benefits, but in our country, it is not so. But if you're facing any challenge, Sumit, you can reach out to us. You can DM Blue Circle on Instagram with the issue that you're facing. And there's something called the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. You can write your problem, share it with us on Instagram DM or email us. We can have a call with you and we can escalate this issue to the NCPCR if need be. We are also happy as an NGO to step in and talk to the school on your behalf. Sometimes the parent says and the school doesn't listen, but once they realize there's a whole big NGO behind them, there are more than 1 lakh people that we are representing, then they will sit up and take notice. So please reach out to us, tell us the problem, and we are happy to help out and intervene. There was another question, just quickly scrolling back. Okay, there's a question from Richa, and she says, I'm type 1 and I have severe anxiety, and the doc says that it could be because of type 1, that, the mind has got a lot of decisions to make and all that. So, is there any biohack that I can use to handle my anxiety? And I don't want to be on pills.
What is her name?
Richa.
Richa.
Yeah.
How old is Richa? Richa, yeah, the one thing that works like a charm is
Yeah.
earthing when you have anxiety. So by earthing, I mean grounding. I mean being in contact with Earth Mother as much as possible. So the next time you're feeling anxious, firstly understand that it's really okay to go through anxiety. I have bouts of anxiety myself. Everybody does. Because like we live in a world right now which can make us anxious. So and on top of that, when we are type 1 diabetics, it makes us even more anxious because suddenly you're like, मेरा ग्लूकोज स्लो हो रहा है क्या मेरा इंसुलिन कहाँ है मेरे पास शुगर है कि नहीं देयर आर सो मेनी मूविंग पार्ट्स टू बीइंग अ डायबिटिक that we are more prone to anxiety in general. That's what I have noticed, and that's okay too. So there are two three things that you would want to do. Always be better prepared. I've seen I'm less anxious when I have my ammunition, which is basically my insulin, a chocolate in my, in my fanny pack. When I have everything, I feel better. The second thing that I would recommend, highly recommend, is earthing, grounding, which means being in contact with Earth Mother as much as possible. So every morning, if you can do this, great. If not, whenever you're feeling anxious, do this. You go and walk outside on ground, which is muddy or sand or like earth, like not earth. And what you can do in this process is with every breath you take, inhale, with every breath you inhale, you assume that all of Earth's good energy is coming into your cells, your mitochondria. And with every exhale, you're sending out whatever is not needed in your system.
Right.
When you do that and you take deep breaths, you will slowly see your anxiety fading away. I don't know how old you are, though actually reishi everybody can take, but I would recommend taking reishi, taking L-theanine, taking ashwagandha, taking brahmi. These are adaptogens that will balance your anxiety levels and keep you calm. If you are having a lot of tea and coffee, maybe you can cut that down and switch to matcha, cacao. They're healthier versions of caffeine and don't give you those jitters. So a couple of these things should help you.
Thank you, Megha. There's another question from our friend Shaurya, who's in 10th standard, and he says, "What exercises do you do?" This is for Megha.
What exercises? I largely believe in strength
Yeah.
training. I believe in building muscle. So whatever I'm doing, I make sure that like last few days we've been a little off the, off the routine. But largely, I would make sure that I'm doing strength training 3, 4 times a week for sure. I would mix it up with a walk on the beach or yoga. And in Jan, I also want to start my belly dancing classes. So something like it's a good mix of, strength, flexibility, yoga, dancing. So that's my routine generally.
Thank you. There's also a comment from Mandar, and Mandar is type 1 since the past 25 years. He's going to complete 25 years this year. And he says it's a very nice chat and he really enjoyed it. And I want to really appreciate him while we're on this live because Megha, he's been coming for every single, we've been going to these Zilla Parishad schools, talking to the students, and the classrooms are hardly, इतने छोटे से classrooms हैं, the children are sitting on the floor, but he's been there consistently volunteering for a lot of activities. So, thank you, Mandar, for doing that. And
Wow, Mandar, thank you so much. I mean, anybody who supports Nupur has all of my support. And you doing this, taking time out in today's world, we all live in a busy schedule, or we try to be busy. You're doing that, like, hats off to you. Full respect, yeah. You guys make me feel like I should be doing more with my life.
no, thank you, Megha. I know we've taken up a lot of your time
Not
as
at all,
well.
yeah. Not at all. There's been really good questions. I'm very happy with what
Yeah,
we've been able to have a conversation about. That's good.
correct. There's one more question, it's not diabetes related. He says
Mm.
that so it's from Aman. He says, I'm a big fan, Megha, and can I get some advice for acting from your side?
Acting. Yeah. Acting is something which you either get lucky or you keep working hard. So yeah, I don't know where you live. I'm assuming you're in Bombay. Be very well prepared. That's one good way of making sure you get what you want. And in your head, imagine it's already happened. Like before you're going to go give an audition, a lot of people are going to try to gaslight you. A lot of people around you are going to, bring your morale and confidence down. One thing that always worked for me was I would assume like there's a Zorba ball around me. A Zorba ball is like a translucent ball, and this is not even only for people who want to try their hand at acting. It's for everybody in whatever you do. You assume that you have this Zorba ball around you and you are in it. तो आपको किसी की नजर नहीं लगेगी, किसी की बुरी बातें आप तक नहीं पहुंचेंगी. So what is his name?
Aman.
Aman. Aman, go very well prepared. Always know your lines. Always be well groomed. Always be in the right network. Do your homework and work on your talent. I have a friend of mine, Kavaljeet, who after so many years of being in this field is still going to acting schools and brushing up his skill. So make sure that you're constantly learning. Make sure that you're showing up at the right places. Make sure that you're meeting the right people and doing the hard work of learning your lines. If you have social media, you can start putting your auditions up on your social media. A lot of people do it, yeah. It touches me that, a person like Neena Gupta and Mr. Bachchan a couple of months ago put up on their social media that we're looking for work. If anything, please let us know. If they can do it, who the fuck are we? So, you know, just be humble and like whatever is meant for you will come to you. And the main thing is just assume it's happened. Be in that energy.
Love it, love it. It just have nothing to do with acting, but just listening to what Megha is saying, I feel like, oh my God, what is this? Like, I can climb a mountain, I can do act, I can do whatever, right? Like, amazing. So Aman says that he's 21 years old. He's the one who asked the question, and he wants to work in acting and modeling, and he's 6'1". And I think if you follow Megha's tips, I mean, you're gonna come back and tell her that, hey, listen, I did what you said and here's where I am. So that just we're all
Yeah,
waiting to hear.
we are waiting for that. We are rooting for you, yeah.
Yeah. There's a question from Yash. He says, Hi Megha, I'm 32. My HbA1c is 6.4. And should I be worried about it? Because when I go on my gaining phase, I eat a lot. So maybe it's because of that.
Yeah, 6.4. I want to say don't be worried, but you should be worried because you don't want to just survive. You want to thrive. You want to live an optimized life. And your optimized life would be anywhere between 5.5 to 5.8.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you work on bringing it down.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's like bullseye. There's one more. What is it? Okay, so somebody's saying, Rushi saying, every day, like, okay, so I'm just reading out the comment. He says, like, every day, what's your song vibe today?
My song vibe. I wake up with a song in my head almost every second day. Fuck, like at this point, what is the song in my head?
Oh
Oh
no, no,
God, I can't believe I nothing is coming to my
no,
head
and
right now.
we've really, we've been very taxing on Megha. We've kept her here for a long time. We asked her all sorts of questions. मतलब diabetes से लेके acting से लेके, I feel like so I think like we should let her think, and
Yeah, who's this person?
it's Rushi.
रुचि, आप कल मेरी स्टोरी पे देखना सुबह, मैं लगा दूंगी, कोई तो गाना होगा. But yeah, guys, it's been really good. And Nupur, can we please do another live
Yes, we
maybe in
really
15 minutes?
please
Because
do
now
it.
I want to follow up on all these people and know how they're doing.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Let's do it, Megha. And guys, please tell us, like, please DM us on Blue Circle and tell us what topics, you want us to cover, because this has been like a general chat and stuff. But if there's like, if we can pick up a few pointers, and then we can discuss with Megha and come up with a follow up live for y'all. That would be great, fun and super helpful as well. But Megha, thank you so much. And Aman says you very humble ma'am, and thank you so much for all these advices. And one more quick, I'm just squeezing in the last के जो भी एक दो आ रहे हैं. Anu says that okay, Anu, I understand now. Anu is a T1 from Pune, and she says, what do you eat in your hypos, and do you sometimes use this opportunity to eat your favorite dessert?
100% Nupur. Do you want to take that up? What do you eat?
So I eat glucose, like glucovita, or I eat sugar, because I feel like sometimes I go a little, like I just slip off, like if something's around me, then I might get a little over tempted and
Yeah.
a little higher. But I get it, like totally get it, that craving to sort of eat something that you love and that's available. um,
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I would totally, I do that. I keep things with me that I would like to eat when I go into a
yeah,
low. The whole truth bars are very handy. They're clean and they have dates, so that's a very good option for me.
correct,
And I actually also really like thanda thanda apple with peanut butter. Like it's like when you're going through a low, it's anyway heat, right? Like I don't know about you, but I feel hot.
yeah,
So that thanda thanda apple crunchy with a little salty peanut butter is like right up there for me. What I also do in my highs is I sometimes take a little more insulin so that when it starts coming down and when it's below this, then I get to eat what I want to eat. Like I
yeah,
behave smart with it. Like I'm like, okay, like now we all know the method to the madness.
correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I promise, Megha, this is the last
No, no, that's okay. No worries.
reading out, because there's such fun things coming up. So Aman says that sometimes I think it's possible, and sometimes I lose confidence about these things. And he's really grateful that you've given him these tips, and he's going to take it up. And Wilbur says that he loves your workout videos. And Rushi is asking you what's Mana and Moby doing now.
Mana and Moby would have just come back from their
Yeah.
walk, and I'm not at home right now. So they would have come back from their walk and they would be sulking that I'm not there, Abhinav is not there. So yeah, but yeah, we played a lot with them in the morning and we took them for this really nice walk in the fields. So right now they would have come back and they would be chilling at home, and in some time they'll eat and then they'll sleep. So they are also on my cycle, which is basically sleep by 8:39. So
Wow. Love
yeah.
it, love it. No, let's all do that. Let's all eat quickly today. Let's sleep on time, and let's, reclaim our sort of life and health. And thank you so much, Megha. Let's definitely do this. It's been so fun. Like
Yeah.
I was a little stressed earlier that, oh my God, like I told her 30 minutes and this is going on and on. But it's been amazing chatting with you and with everyone here who's put in those lovely questions.
Yeah, no, oh, yeah, not at all. I would please everybody who's asked us questions. Nupur and I need a follow up. So maybe we can schedule another one
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. I will leave that to
Yeah.
Nupur. And even if you are not on this routine right now, because like what day is it? Is it Sunday? Is it Monday? What is going on? We are going through a shift of the year. There are a lot of things that are coming up for people. You want to release, you want to hold on, you want to,
Correct.
do all that. But from the second, third, fourth onwards, just make sure that you're eating right, you're sleeping right, and hydration and sun and movement. And let's touch base in 2 weeks.
Done. Let's do that. Thank you so much, Megha. Have a good evening,
Thank
and
you.
everyone,
Thank you, Nupur. Thank you for having me. And yeah, just like thank you. I'm here for any support that is needed.
thank you so much.
Yes.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys. See you.
Bye.
Bye.